Mindset Monday. November is here, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you have enjoyed your Monday, whether work or play. Today is another beautiful day, and we are celebrating Men's Health Awareness Month. June is actually Men's Health Month, but this month is celebrated as Movember. And it's specifically related to Men's Health Month in terms of prostate cancer, mental health, and suicide health. Today, we have a special guest, a very unique person, and he will be sharing with us how he takes care of his health and remain strong and healthy. He shares, he will share how health is his wealth. And it's none other than Dr. Derek. There is a long list of things behind his name. So I will allow him to share some of that with you. Dr. Derek, how are you? You are muted.
Okay. Hello. All
Yes,
right.
we can hear you loud
Okay.
and clear.
Mercy.
Loud
Wonderful.
and clear.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Miriam Edwards, EA. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to everyone that is viewing live on YouTube and the various channels, and also those will be seeing this recording at some point in the future. I wish you a healthy, wealthy mindset for this National Men's Health Month.
All right. So, Dr. Derek, I know some of my viewers may not know much about you, and I did not want to read the long list of things behind your name. You are wealthy in health, and the accolades, you are also wealthy. Just share with my viewers a little bit about who you are.
Okay, wonderful. Well, first of all, I am not a medical doctor, so I will not be prescribing any pills to get you sicker. I am more into the naturopathic way, the natural way that God prescribed for us. That is the best way because, as far as my great grandmother Dingy is concerned, she will always say, prevention is better than cure. Hey, prevention is better than cure. So, my accolades is into technology. I love technology from age 7, fully involved with it from age 7, and I have grown into it from age 7. And yes, my various ins and outs and ups and downs, was in the military, served for about 12, almost 12 years, or about 12 years in the military. Also in the fire service, fire brigade, or fireman, you might say. Actually was a corporal in the, well, yes, corporal in the fire service. And also, I did a few things. I really did a few things in my little lifetime. But my greatest achievement is when I start to serve the Lord, because I did not know that He wants us to prosper and be in good health as our soul prosper. And so when I met in an accident, and maybe Queen Miriam might not know this, but when I met in an accident, a big truck accident, when I was coming from Monig in Jamaica, Monig training camp in St. Anne, on our way, 35 of us in the truck, soldiers, 35 soldiers in the truck overturned with 35 of us. Two actually died, but I was pronounced dead twice. Hey, have mercy.
Ooh.
I was pronounced dead twice. And so, therefore, the only thing I tell you, I don't know if you ever watched this movie, Face Off. Face Off with John Travolta, where they literally took off John Travolta's face and
Mhm.
placed it on another man's. It was a mad show. But yes, that was how my face actually looked after the accident. Everything was ripped off,
Wow.
because actually, I guess I landed on my forehead, and that is why this big scar, if you really look closely, is on the forehead, and there's some scars on my face, and what have you, and on the rest of my body, right? So, Face Off. Just think of that movie if you watch it. If you haven't watched it, go out and watch it. Face Off. That was me, and so therefore, for maybe about 12, 18, maybe 18 months, maybe 19 months, thereabout. The only thing I could do is look up. And so that is when I started to read the Bible for myself, because nothing else to do. My mother brought my Bible, saw it on the bedside table when I was in the MRS upper camp, and I read and studied and read and wrestled with God and asked Him to reveal what this is, because the first I'm hearing certain things, especially as it relates to health, the first I can remember when I looked at God wanted to give us good health, and He said in His word, I tell you the truth. He said that if you abide by my laws and my principles, I will not let any of the diseases that come upon the Egyptian to come upon you. I am the Lord who healeth you. And oh my goodness, I was gang ho on those kind of scriptures, and so therefore my path was kind of set.
Oh,
And so
wow.
in 1998, when I then go to a medical missionary course and did a medical missionary course, I was more blown away, and I just said, oh my goodness, no, I need to address my health. Because when you look at people living 930, and these are not fictitious ages, 900 and um, 69, Methuselah,
Mm-hmm.
930, Adam, and these men, 777, Lamelech. Uh, I want to reach those ages, because they are literal ages in the Bible. Why? Because these men follow the principle. Simple. So let us just follow the principle that is laid down in the word. Thank you very much.
So that actually, thank you so much. That's a mouthful in itself. That brings me to this question, which you have already answered it. What are some of your favorite ways to stay physically active and fit? You said
Well,
some
as
of
I
them.
said, mhm,
Mm-hmm.
yes, thank you very much. That question is very good. You see, as my great grandmother Dingy said, prevention better than cure. Now we live any careless way, and then we expect to be healthy. It doesn't work that way. We go to the gym and we spend 2 hours in the gym and expect to get fit and good, and then we break down after maybe a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of months. Most people have that as their New Year's resolution, and then by the time a couple of weeks or a couple of months, bam, gone back to the same old, same old. It is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's an everyday thing. It's not just 3 months in the first part of the year or in the middle of the year or the end of the year, and then you expect that to just carry on. Because none of us who operates our own a motor vehicle is going to put kerosene oil in that gas tank.
Yeah.
Nobody will do that. But why is it that we put kerosene oil type of food in our bodies? Why we do that? And then expect optimal health in the process. And then we blame God.
Mm-hmm.
Also, after we stuff ourselves with the incorrect fuel, then we blame God that he didn't take care of our health. That doesn't make any sense. And so it's based on lifestyle,
Lifestyle.
not just a one-time thing and you get it done and then it's all over by the shout. You always go to the gas pump and you put in gas or diesel if you use diesel every single time. You don't try to use kerosene oil because it's cheaper or because it maybe look like a better than the gasoline. No. So whether the food look better or the food tastes better, no. It should be what was instructed by the manual, just like Mr. Ford give a manual for his vehicle, and every vehicle has a manual. Our vehicle, our body, our temple has a manual, and that's the word. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Gas in car, not kerosene. My next question: are there any specific dietary habits or nutrition tips that you follow for maintaining good health?
Mm. Well, most definitely,
I hear home
And the
mercy.
tip, as I said, oh mercy, the tip, as I said, is in the word. That's the tip. That's the instruction. The word. It is broken down into 8 free. Goodness. I don't know. I don't know why people don't love free. Yeah.
Eight
Well, no,
free.
people love free, but it's not all the while people like to stay with the free, right? Now there are God prescribed 8 free doctors, free, that we can partake of. Every one of us can actually partake of those free 8 free doctors.
8 free doctors. All right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. 8 free doctors.
Okay, so
And a
name
lot of
them.
us, yeah, a lot of us might not understand. But let me give you these 8 free doctors that all of us have to our disposal. Look all the way back in the Bible, and you're going to say, oh, yes, it's Bible days, those. And yes, men used to live 120, 100, and even in the time of Moses and Abraham, 175, and all of these people live long, right? Above to be more than centurions, at least,
Hmm.
right? Watch it now. 8 free doctors. And if you abide by them today, you can do that. Because not only can he keep you, but he can reverse. Yes, he can reverse if you start now. The first free doctor is nutrition. That's the first free doctor. Nutrition. Your body don't know chicken. Your body don't know curry goat. Your body don't know oxtail. No, your body know nutrition. What's the nutrition you get from food? Protein, carbs, fat, vitamins, minerals.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the nutritional value that is extracted, or the body try to look for those nutritional values and extract them out of the food, and that is what nourishes your body. So the body don't know those chicken and oxtail and curry goat. Your body know protein. Your body don't know bread. Your body know carbs,
Mm-hmm.
right? So your body don't know fruit. It know vitamin B12. That's what your body knows.
Right.
So it look for those things, right? The second free doctor is exercise, something
Mm.
that a lot of people don't do, especially because of their jobs. They sit down from morning to evening. They go home, they sit down in the car, drive, go home, or sit on the bus and go home. And they reach home and they sit in front of the TV until they're ready to go to sleep. No activity. Can you imagine? Adam, perfect. The garden, perfect. But yet still, God instructed them to dress it. Dress what? Perfect garden. What they need to dress? Because they need to be active.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be active. Even though they were perfect, they needed to be active.
Active.
Water, the third free doctor. Water. Drink water. We're not talking about lemonade. We're not talking about soda. We're not talking about Sprite. We're not talking about orange juice. We're not talking about grape juice. No, we're talking about water.
I'm writing
That's it.
as you go along. Very interesting.
Eat, lovely. Eat at least 8 glasses of water for the day. Minimum 8, right? It's really by your height, your weight, and your age. But hey, generally 8. The fourth free doctor, sunlight. Now, especially for persons who live the more north of the equator that you live, then you need to take a supplement which is known as vitamin D,
Mm-hmm.
preferably in liquid. Preferably in liquid. Sunlight, the fourth free doctor. The fifth free doctor is temperance. And what is temperance? Temperance is avoiding what is bad and moderately doing and taking what is good in moderation. That's temperance. The sixth one is air, oxygen, that we can't live without. And
Ooh.
God will supply all your needs. Not a Ferrari car, not a Mitsubishi, not a Bugatti. No, that's not a need. Air is a need. And God provide that ear. You didn't pay for it. Although, yes, most persons have air condition unit. And no, you need to open a window. In spite that you are living in an AC house and a heated house, please open a window. Let fresh air come in. Please, very important. And go outside. Go outside regularly and take some deep breath. That's the
Ah,
sixth one. Here.
awesome.
7, rest. Rest. 7, rest. Try to go to your bed the closest to 9 p.m. Let me say that again. Try to go to your bed the closest to 9 p.m. 9:30, 10, 10:30, kind of pushing it. 11 o'clock is way over the barrel. So the nearer to 9 that you can, because your body, why? Because your body automatically repairs itself between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Now the body
Right.
just know to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're not going to try to manipulate. Yeah, oh, I work at nights. Well, listen, try to change your job. And I'm serious. Try to change your job. Oh, well, if everybody who work at night try to change them job, what? Don't concern yourself about that. You are the one want good health. Try change your job. Rest. And the last but not least, that umbrellas everything, is trust in God. Trust in God. In everything that you do, trust in God. Because God is the ultimate, primary healer of everyone on the planet. God heals the sick every time, anytime, all the time. God, trust God for whatever and whoever. So, the easiest way to remember it, is new start. Get a new start. Start a new start every day. New start every day. It's not a 5 week program. It's not a 3 months program. It's not a 1 year program. It is a lifestyle program. New start. N, nutrition. E, exercise. W, water. Start. S, sunlight. T, temperance. A, air. R, rest. T, trust in God. Easiest way to remember those 8 free doctors. Thank you.
New start. The 8 free doctors. New start. Powerful. So if we start the every day anew and follow these steps, we can reverse situations that's in our life. Thank you so much.
Yes, the word said it. I tell you
Yes.
the truth. The word
Yes.
said it.
How do you balance work, personal life, and self care to maintain overall well being?
Well, we do that with temperance. See, come right back to the 8 free doctors. That's temperance. You have to have a balance. It has to be a balance. You can't be doing 2 hours at the gym. Praise the Lord. You're doing 2 hours at the gym, and then you only sleep for 2 hours. It's not going to work that way. All right? It's not going to work that way. So it comes down to temperance.
Tim.
When we are temperate in avoiding the bad, totally avoiding the bad, and in moderation doing what is good, then that is when we are on the right track, to live that lifestyle. Because as I said, it's not a 1 week program. It's not a 10-day program. It's not a 2 month program. It's a lifestyle. All the days of your life until you die. It's a whole thing. Everything, every day you wake up, you do it as a lifestyle kind of a thing, not just doing it for a week, a 1 week program or a 10-day program. No, it's a
Lifestyle.
lifestyle. Yeah.
So we go right back to start anew, new start.
New start. Hey.
Have you found any effective strategies for improving sleep and quality and getting quality of rest? You actually answered that question already, but you can expand on it because you spoke about rest. You spoke about going to bed at an optimal time. You spoke about making sure you don't do several jobs or you do 2 hours of exercise and only 2 hours of sleep. So you could expand on that a little.
Definitely, Queen Miriam. Good question again. You see, it comes back to lifestyle, as was said before. And everything that is in the new start, it is a balance. When we have a balance in our life, we because listen, if you sit on the couch the whole day, whether playing video game, watching TV, whatever it is, the whole you're really not going to want any sleep when night come. You're not going to be tired in the first place. Your body not going to, because you are in a motionless state for the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes down now to, and some people going to say, oh, but I can't exercise. Rubbish. I am in a wheelchair. Rubbish. Right? Get a towel. Get a towel. Get a towel. And just do some strengthening exercise. Try to pull it apart. 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 Feel your muscles them working. You know, pull it. Use a ball. Use a ball and squeeze it. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Exercise your muscles. Right? You might be what you call it now, in a wheelchair, maybe a quadriplegic. What you call it now? Um, the two legs
Your legs may be amputated.
amputated, right? Beautiful. When your legs might be amputated, work your upper body. You don't have any legs anyway, so you don't need to work. You don't need to work. So work your upper bodies. Push yourself in the wheelchair and don't just stay static, right? Do gardening. Listen, people play sports and they don't have any legs. Play basketball and they don't have any legs. Let's stop feeling sorry for yourself. That's the first thing. Stop feeling sorry for yourselves. In whatever situation you might find yourself into, trust in God. That's it. Trust in God, because God will see us through. God will give us the strength to move forward. So everything is a total process to fit everything in, so that you live a vibrant life. You need to do exercise. You need to drink water. All of these things play their part in for you to get that rest that you need. Because if your body is not tired, then you're not going to get that rest that you need. And if you start to schedule yourself to go to your bed, whether you're tired or not, go to your bed 9:30, 10, and you will find out that your body is on a clock. And by 9:30, 10, you're going to feel sleepy and you're going to even want to go lay down now. Right? So when you start to make your system, because your body is a system, and when your system is fully into play, I mean, this might be a little off for some people, but every morning when you wake up, you need to go and do number two. You need to just go sit down on the throne, ready to rule your subject. I'm telling you, because if you don't rule your subjects, if you don't go to that bathroom at least 2-3 times for the day and do that number two, I'm telling you, the system is not programmed properly, and you need to reprogram with everything that needs to happen, because if you are taking in, and you're not letting out. Some people tell me that they only go and defecate 1 time a week. Can you imagine? Huh? That don't make no sense. So everything has to be a lifestyle.
A friend of mine, that's very true. A friend of mine, her granddaughter, she when she was much younger, not sure, maybe about 2, 3, and she she ate breakfast, and sometime in the day, the grandmother asked, "Aren't you gonna eat something?" She said, "No, Nana." I'm paraphrasing. I didn't do stinky yet. I didn't do stinky yet. So
There you go.
with her analogy, she ate and she did not go to the bathroom. Therefore, she doesn't need to eat until she goes.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to the 8 free doctors, if we're having proper nutrition, exercise, water, that will help us to take care of all of the flushing of our system, doing number two, number one at the appropriate time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
adhering to the eight free doctor prescription, we will be able to live a healthier, worthwhile life. Powerful.
Yes.
Men,
Yes.
pay attention because, of course, this is applicable to women also, but because we are focusing on men's health, we are directing it to our men. We want our men to be healthy and strong. We want them around for ages until God is ready to take them home. Because we will live long life, but it's better to live a long, healthy life. And adhering to
Mm,
the eight free doctors, that can be achieved.
mm,
The last question I'm gonna ask, and then you can just share any other information. What advice would you give to other men who are looking to make positive changes in their lifestyle for better health? Of course, the mindset of men and positive lifestyle.
mm-hmm. Well, come right back to the eight free doctors. Trust God. Trust God with all your heart. With all, listen, when I was a little boy, I used to have asthma, right? My mother, my mother, and funny it is, it only attack at about between 1 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when it attack, and it attack at least 2 times for the week.
Wow.
So 2 times for the week, my mother has to run with me. Run. And when I say run, I mean literally run. Because as you know, back in the 70s, bus stop run. Um, but it's not a 24-hour system like New York. And no, it's not like that at all, Queen Miriam, where you can just go jump on a bus or jump on the train, any hours of the night. No, bus stop run about 10 o'clock or something like that, right? And some places even earlier, right? Some countries, even in the US, some countries even earlier, some cities earlier, by 6 o'clock, 6:30, bus stop run. So we didn't have a car, all right? By that time, my father died, and he had a VW, and nobody knew how to drive at that time. And so when my mother had to run with me in the night, and that was from, call it almost from Crossroad. Maybe most of us might not remember Jonestown, but that was where we were, Jonestown. And we ran from Jonestown, my mother and my uncle, most of the time, ran from Jonestown to Kingston Public Hospital. That's about a mile. And with a child and them back, it's not very easy to do. But that was the situation. That was my reality as a little boy growing. And since 1998 until now, following these eight free doctors that God prescribed, that the word, I tell you the truth. Let me actually quote. Let me actually quote Exodus 15. Exodus 15 and verse 26. Let me quote it. Because what my thing says joke business. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statute, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. And yes, I got my healing. I got my healing. No asthma, no flu, no sinus, no, we call it allergies. None of that. Not even that. And so when we look at the diseases that affect the Egyptians, it was the same thing. They might call it something different, but it was the same thing. Tuberculosis, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, diabetes, sickle cell, cancer, whatever, uh, prostate, whatever it is. When we look at the Hebrew boys, Azariah, Ananiah, and Mishael, remember the story that they wanted them to eat off the king's table. But what the king was eating? All sort of nastiness. And they said, no, we follow Jehovah Jireh. And we will eat, just give us pulse and water, which is basically fruit and water.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us fruit and water. And look at us and look at them and test us and see. Because remember, you want your military people to be strong, you know.
Right.
And the stronger your military people them are, is the more battle you're going to win. Because
Definitely.
if your army is stronger than that man's army, then it goes to reasoning that your army will win.
Mm-hmm.
So the three Hebrew boys, Ananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, they say, all right, let us put this whole system to the test. And of course, we all know the story that they were 10 times, oh my goodness, woo, 10 times better than the little army man did. All right? And so the ruler at the time said, all right, no, let us change everybody diet. Let us change everybody diet to this diet. All right? So I'm telling you, it has been working and it never failed. Let me give you one more example. You say, oh, that is Bible days, man. That is way back in the Bible days and 10 commandment keeping people. Okay. Right now, today, there are 5 blue zones. 5 blue zones. Now you're going to say, what are blue zones? Well, blue zones are places in the world. And as I said, only 5 of them, only 5.
I'm writing them
They are
down.
places, yeah, they are places in the world that people naturally live to, say, 100 centurions, if you please. And not just living to be centurions, but they also don't have any pain, don't have any disease, don't have medical issues, don't have any belly ache and toe ache and no aches and pains and strain. Riding bicycle, driving, running, skipping, jumping, all of those things like a 20-year-old young person, right? Now, those 5 blue zones. First one, and that's Costa Rica, a place named Nicoya in Costa Rica. Nicoya, however you pronounce that. And that's in Costa Rica, right? That's one. 2, Sardinia, Sardinia, Sardinia in Italy. People live to be centurions without any medical issues. Third, one of the Greek islands, isolated Greek islands by the name of Icaria. Ikaria, however you pronounce that. 4, Kinawa or Kinawa. Okinawa. And that's in Japan.
Okay.
Centurions. Okinawa.
Got it.
and that's in Japan. Notice all of those places are people with the same ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
Notice that. So family and camaraderie is very important to longevity also. So people who are hermits and want to live alone, they can't live long. All right? Because you need camaraderie. Now, one of the most unique places that this occur is right here in the United States, and that is in California, a place they call Loma Linda. People from different ethnicity, people from different background, people from different cultures, people from different wherever they come from. But when they come there in Loma Linda, in that area of the United States, they would follow the Seventh day Adventist principle of healthful living. And fortunately, they are living long without pain, without suffering, without headache, without any good health generally, etc. Right? And live to centurion, still driving as 100 and something, still running up and down, riding bicycle, all of those things. So, right here today, we have 5 areas in the world that it's happening right now. So, all I'm saying, people, and I am a living example. I tell you the truth. I I love. Yes, we're going to die one day. All of us going to. Oh, we're going to die one day. So no matter. Yes, we're going to die, but you want to spend quality life. You don't want to just live life. Well, let me talk about me. I don't want to just live life. I want quality life because that was what God intended for us. Because if you notice, God created everything to our comfort. And then on the last day, the last item on the program was man. Man. And when man was created, and when we talk about man in this context, we're talking about man and woman,
Correct.
mankind. Because the meaning of Adam, it's really Adam, which is humanity, the
Correct.
human race,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we're talking about male and female because there's no male without female. Let me
Correct.
say that again because people never get that one. There is no
Amen.
male without female. And so the oneness came as a result of the union when God said that he will create man in his own image. Image of God, he created them male and female.
Female.
So the image of God is male and
Female.
female, and both of them together is one. So even though this is National Men's Health Day, it's mankind. As far as I'm concerned, it's mankind health. And the mankind health that God wants to remind us of constantly is the one that he gave in the Garden of Eden. The one that he gave us in the Garden of Eden, that is what has been proven over the years, over the centuries, and will always be proven. All you and I need to do is to follow him.
Amen.
Follow him. Follow him.
Him.
Let us follow him.
Yes. My goodness. Dr. Derek, very passionate about the mindset of health. and the lifestyle that will give longevity, or that has given longevity. Going right back to the 8 doctors, just recapping: nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest, and to cap everything together, trust in God. Because put all of that, trusting in God will take you through the entire process. Men's health, humanity health, but we're focusing on men's health. Dr. Derek, thank you so much for sharing with us on this Movember, the health of men, bringing awareness that our men can be strengthened, can have longevity, and they'll be able to be around for their children and their children's children. Thank you very much. Listeners, viewers, thank you for watching. Take note and apply these, because this affects all of us, both male and female. The 8 doctors. Pay attention, get these things in your life, make it a lifestyle, not just a New Year's resolution. We are coming to the close of the year where people start making resolutions. Make it a life-lution, if I'm coining that word now, not a New Year's resolution. Make it a lifestyle change. Give me your comments. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you for watching another episode of Mindset Monday.